Burt Reynolds has finally opened up about the man fans always asked him about, but rarely heard him discuss in depth. His friend and co-star Jerry Reed. Before their on-screen partnership became legendary, Burt's life had already taken enough twists to feel like a movie. Born Burton Leon Reynolds Jr. on February 11, 1936, in Lansing, Michigan. He grew up in a working-class family in Riviera Beach, Florida. Football was his first dream. At Palm Beach High School and later at Florida State University, he was a standout player with a clear path to a professional career, till devastating injuries forced him to walk away from the sport. That heartbreak shoved him towards something he'd never planned: acting. Starting with small parts on stage and television in the late 1950s, Reynolds slowly built a reputation as a natural, a guy who didn't seem to be acting at all, just being. His breakthrough in Deliverance 1972 turned him into a serious dramatic lead. And soon he was one of the biggest box office stars in the world, with films like Smokey and the Bandit, The Longest Yard, Cannonball Run, and later Boogie Nights, which earned him an Oscar nomination. But behind the fame and the famous mustache was a man who valued loyalty and chemistry. And nowhere was that more evident than in his friendship with Jerry Reed. Reynolds said that from the first moment Reed walked onto the set, he knew this wasn't just another co-star. Jerry arrived with a guitarist's swagger and a comedian's timing. But what struck Burt most wasn't the bravado. It was the warmth. You meet plenty of talented people in this business, Reynolds reflected once. Jerry had talent and heart. That's rare. He'd light up a room, then turn around and make sure everyone else felt like they belonged in it. On the Smokey and the Bandit set, their connection was immediate. Reed's quick wit and instinct for improvisation added a looseness to scenes that might otherwise have felt routine. Burt admitted there were days he could barely stay in character because Jerry would toss out a line so unexpected and funny that everyone on set broke up laughing. "People think we were just out there clowning around and doing stunts," Burt said, but Jerry made hard work feel easy. He'd change one line, add a little twist, and suddenly the scene was better. Half the time I'd look at him and think, where did that even come from? Their relationship, however, didn't end when the camera stopped rolling. They shared long conversations, private frustrations, and quiet victories. Reed wasn't just the sidekick in a cowboy hat. He was part of Burt's inner circle, someone he trusted, admired, and relied on. Losing Jerry hit him deeply. "It wasn't just losing a co-star," Reynolds admitted. "It was losing a piece of my story. There's an empty place that never really gets filled." Looking back, Burt said Jerry taught him a kind of joy that can't be faked. Show up fully.